Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nailyah Serenity. Come sit with me today. We are back with our moon sign series, and like I said, we are almost done. Ooh, the air cut off, hallelujah. We are almost done. We are talking about moon in Aquarius. Now, if you are a sun Aquarius, you might have clicked on the wrong video. Unless your moon sign is in Aquarius, you need to go click on that Aquarius versus Leo video, which is talking about your sun sign and your shadow self, which is your opposite sign. Now, if you're over here like, hold on, wait, moon sign, what you talking about? I have a birth chart calculator down below, just in case you need to go look up your birth chart so you can see all the planets that's in here, so you can come back to this channel and figure out which videos you need to watch, which are specially made for your particular moon signs. Now, even though I'm talking about moon signs in a whole, I am an astrological reader. If you want to book private readings, go ahead, DM me on Instagram, comment down below, and I will shoot you that information so you can do so. Today, we are talking about moon in Aquarius. Okay, so we all know that the moon is ruled over by Cancer, the most emotional sign of the zodiac, the mother, things like that. Now, Aquarius is ruled by the planet of Saturn and Uranus. So this placement of the moon, it's not as difficult as Capricorn, because Capricorn is also ruled by Saturn, but it comes with its quirks. Aquarius quirks. Okay. So Aquarius is the water bearer. I know a lot of people who kind of are uneducated about signs would probably think that Aquarius would be a water sign, because you think of aquarium, right? So when you think of aquarium, you have to think about it as the idea of the aquarium itself. When you go to an aquarium, you're not going into the ocean. You're not going into the water. You're looking at life through a glass. Hence why the Aquarius sign in general can kind of feel like aliens, can kind of feel like they're not of this world, because Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac. Now, the highest point you can reach in society would be Capricorn's house, which is the 10th house, right? That's the highest peak. So when you get to Aquarius, we're kind of getting into more outer worldly things. This is beyond this realm. This is beyond this life. Hence why moon in Aquarius people can honestly feel like, similar to sun in Aquarius, a person living in a glass. Like they're the fishes in the glass watching the humans. They can kind of feel like they have been taken out of their habitat, like almost like aliens, just transported to Earth, and it's just like, wow, I'm with all of these humans. Interesting. So with all this being said, people who have moon in Aquarius are natural scientists. They like to know the truths of life, and they enjoy studying. They study with everything that they do. You know how everybody claims to be a weirdo or claims to be weird and off? Even sun in Aquarius like claim to be like just the weirdos of society, which they are in a way. The true weirdos are the moon in Aquarius people. Their weirdness is hard to clock though, because it's hard to even understand, but they're truly unique. Like the way they process things, the way they feel about certain things is really odd. I mean, I'm pretty sure any moon in Aquarius watching this isn't going to take it to offense by me calling them odd. Like they're fine, but anybody who isn't that, just know that being odd isn't necessarily a negative thing. But yeah, moon in Aquarius people have a difficult time relating to others. So if Cancer is home to the moon, and Cancer is the ocean itself, right? It's a wide range of emotions. It's never endless. It's boundless. It's just so much there, right? Now you have Aquarius, who is the water bearer. So it's contained air, contained water. It's very structured. Hence why Aquarius are known to be emotionally detached. Aquarius is the air sign, but in the water sign, it's truly like the aquarium. The water represents the emotions, and they keep those emotions like barricaded off. And they don't know how else to do it. Like, because Aquarius is a sign of structure and of like making things better in a more structured way. It's like that's the only way they know how to deal with their emotions. They're not emotional people, but it's really because they kind of cut themselves off from emotion. They intellectualize their emotions, just like a Virgo moon, a Gemini moon. The difference is the way they intellectualize their emotions actually kind of helps. So if Capricorn is law, I keep mentioning Capricorn because if you don't know, Capricorn is a sign right before Aquarius. So if Capricorn is law and structure and government, Aquarius is the humanitarian, the liberation of said government, of said law, you know? So it finds new inventive ways of making this work better. So that's what Moon and Aquarius do with their feelings and emotions. They're really good at processing them and figuring out why they feel a certain way or why others feel certain ways. They learn a lot about themselves through how other people react. The way they feel is scientific. You know how science is a study and like spirituality and science don't mix and feelings and science don't mix. It's just you look at the facts of a situation, boom. That's how Aquarius moons process their own emotions and process other people's emotions. They're actually very level-headed and really good in trying moments because they have the ability to disconnect emotion to make a logical decision. This helps them in work. This helps them in any job, really. This helps them in even being a mediator or being that one person who actually understood what happened, like in an argument or in a situation, or understood where something may have went left. While other people are so in their emotions, they have their own truths and their own stories. They actually see all the sides and understand and even know how they felt about a certain situation, but is still able to understand the collective, make it make sense, basically. And they were born like this. Aquarius moon, your mother, similar to Capricorn moon, it's like they always felt like you had it together. And you did. It's weird. It's like an Aquarius moon, it's like if you have siblings, you're that one sibling that your mom never had to worry about. They didn't have to check on you to see if your homework was done. They didn't have to check on you to make sure your room was clean or make sure you picked your sister up or went to work on time. Like they didn't have to check on you for none of that. Like you had it together. Now, although this is a really good thing, and even you could feel like, yeah, like even if your parent did try to coddle you or do something, which I'm pretty sure they probably did it was kind of like it was no use because it's like, Ma, like, I'm fine. Like, you don't need to do this. You need to worry about actually these kids or worry about that because I'm cool over here. They look like they need a little bit more help. So yeah, very businessy, very just always on their shit from the time they were born. Now with this, you could have, not had a certain aspect of nurturing because this still is, even though your Uranus is home to the sign of Aquarius, it's still ruled by Saturn. So Saturn is the opposite of the moon. You get what I'm saying? So you could have had experiences where you always felt like you had to do it yourself. You had to figure things out yourself. It could have been even that no one around you, or you felt that the people around you weren't competent enough or didn't have a level head enough to even help you through the situations that you were in. Very self-sufficient, always self-sufficient. Now, growing up, you have to watch this because you could become a person who denies help, who feels like you always have to do everything by yourself and you can't depend on anybody, hence making you naturally emotionally disconnect from people because you feel like people are unreliable, because this is what you've studied, this is what you've discovered, and this is the conclusion and the theory that you've come up with. People are not reliable. You are the most person you know, which can kind of make you a smart ass too. So watch that. You are very intellectual, don't get me wrong. You're very smart. You do have a lot of common sense, but don't be a smart ass. You can always learn something. But even without that, you need to let people help you. There are certain things, maybe in business and things like that, like you will be more of the person that's delegating or being in charge in a way. But when it comes to your emotional state, you can really deny a lot of the things that may be wrong with you. From the outside, it looks like you have everything together, when in reality, you probably are dealing with a lot of abandonment issues. You self-isolate a lot, and it could be that you felt like people never understood where you were coming from. You were always the weirdo. People thought you were weird. People, like, you know, like nobody had the capability or the maturity or the smarts to understand who you were and how you operated as a person. They truly care about people because this is the humanitarian sign, and they care about the better of people and organizations. One thing that you do have to learn is to it's to be a little bit more touchy-feely, even if it's not physical touch or anything like that. It's just a little bit softer with your approach, and not necessarily disconnect from people or disconnect from situations. And it can honestly be hard for you. Let me say it this way: Aquarius is the sign that's always politically correct. I kind of say that for Libra. Libra is more of like the charismatic kind of sign, but Aquarius is always politically correct. Even when they're not trying to be, especially if you're a moon in Aquarius. So some of the things that you say, it's like everything that an Aquarius does, especially moon in Aquarius, sounds marketable. Like it sounds like it could be on the front of a campaign, or you could print it out and put it on a soda bottle or something. You have to understand that throws people off sometimes, because they don't really know when you're actually going through an emotional crisis. You could say you're stressed, you could say that you're having a hard time with something, you could mention it, but people will easily dust by it so much. Number one, because they feel like you got it together. And number two, because the way you expressed it, nobody caught it. Nobody caught that, oh, that was actually like low-key a cry for help. And then after that, after nobody gets it, or after you see that people aren't really trying to step in to help you, then it's just like, yeah, no one cares. This is something else I'm just gonna have to do by myself. Which is really sad. People don't understand you. I'm just gonna keep saying it. People don't understand you. They really have to study you to understand you. And sometimes it's annoying for you, because you study other people. You know, you study people. You make it a point to study people, especially the people that you care about. So when no one really takes the time to do that with you, or they just brush over you, it's just kind of like you kind of lose hope in humanity in a way, or lose hope in people supporting you. Allow people to help you, even if like you feel like their help isn't going to help, like, oh, I could do this way more efficiently by myself. Sometimes it's good for you to just have people to help you. They may not necessarily be helping you, truly helping you with that task, but it's just good for you to have people there. You need people. You need that human interaction. Sometimes you could get so cold to a point where you feel like you don't, or you feel like it's not worth your time, when in reality you need that. You need that. Even if you feel like it's a waste of time, even if you feel like you could be more productive by yourself, that's cool that you can, but make it a point to have your friends in. Let people in. It may also be good for you to express that you express your emotions. I'm gonna give you an example. Say if you're worried about a friend, I don't know, say if you're worried about someone and you're just talking to someone, you're like, yeah, like, dang, I really hope so-and-so is gonna be okay. You know, that's the only thing you're gonna say. And then, you know, conversation moves on, and you move on from the conversation, and things keep going, and your friends think that, yeah, that's just one thing you thought, but in reality, you're actually worried about this person. Like, it's not off of your mind yet. You know, like, you can still carry on a conversation and move on with life, just because you know intellectually this is what you have to do. It's not really productive to sit over here and just stay worried about this person. People don't really recognize, no, when I vocalize that I'm worried, I'm legitimately worried. I'm not just saying it just because it's a good thing to say. When I vocalize, or when I say that scared me, that legitimately scared me. No, I may have not have looked scared. No, I wasn't shivering in my boots, but I said I was scared, therefore I meant that I was scared. You know, that's something that your friends and your peers and your family has to understand about you, because you could easily just go, yeah, whatever this hand motion is. It's kind of like an exhibit, just like how I said that everything that a moon in Aquarius does just sounds marketable for absolutely no reason. Like, you could literally say like the rudest thing in the world, but somehow it sounds like it could be on TV. It's similar to us looking at fishes in an aquarium. The fishes in the water represent your emotion, and we're just looking at them like, huh, fishes, cool. Huh, cool. That's how your emotions can be received to some people. Huh, cool. Huh, cool. And it's not, cool, like you're actually serious. Because you are a scientist, I'm gonna say this, you've already discovered little ways that humans react to certain things, and little ways that you can get reactions out of people. You may have a hard time doing this when it does come to your personal feelings, because you don't really want everybody to know your personal feelings like that, because it feels weird. Like, you can almost feel bad for even not being able to control your feelings, control how you feel, or even rationalize them in a way. Understand that these are emotions. They're not always going to fit into a little box and be pretty and be nice. Sometimes you are going to go through it, and you don't always have to go through it by yourself. Even though it may be out of your comfort zone to have people around you, if you're going through something, it's important for you to do so. Because one thing that really could happen with the moon in Aquarius, similar to moon in Capricorn, is you can definitely bottle things up and ignore them, or at least know they're there. But like I said, you're intellectual, so it's like we don't really have the time to deal with that right now because we have more things to move on. And it can lead to like occasional mental breakdowns every now and again, like literally just like you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're not fine, and then boom, like the freaking aquarium walls just shatter, all the fish come pouring out and everyone's drowning and the fish are dead. Yeah. Also, weirdos are your friends. The more weirdos you're around, the more you'll actually feel free enough to just be odd and weird, and the weirdo that you actually are. Because you may keep quiet a lot around your family and around people who've grown up with you, because they may feel like they know you and they know nothing about you. But be with weirdos, get with scientists, get with nerds. People that enjoy discovering life just as much as you do, and the nuances, and get with those kind of people. Those people are your friends. One thing I also forgot to mention, just a fun fact, similar to moon in Gemini and moon in Sagittarius, moon in Aquarius could easily have that kind of like best friend relationship with their parent as well. Like it could have been a thing where it was less of, especially if you had other siblings, it could have been a thing where it was less of, oh mama, and more of like, okay, so mama, like what's the checklist today? Like we got this done, you need to get my sister, oh yeah, she's been having troubles with this, so like just always delegating and doing something and in charge of something with your little Saturn self. But yeah, so moon in Aquarius, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something from it. My name is Nailyah Serenity. Follow me on my Instagram at Nailyah.Serenity. Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Oh yeah, turn on the post notification bell. I never say that, but I mean, if you want to be notified when my videos come up, you should definitely do that. Thank you for watching. Love you, girl. Bye.